Welcome, everybody. Hey. We still got a poke voice, but that is okay. The show must go on. No weak shit. Vincent, how are you, brother?
Sounds to me like I'm doing better than you are.
Yeah, dude, my bloody voice packing it in. But whatever, we're here. I know human beings, bro, who actually take time off work for like situations like this. Can you believe that? Can you fucking believe that, bro?
We
That
have
that actually is the thing?
they've actually been named after a popular flower called pansies.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of
Oh my god.
oh, it's like when you book meetings with some of these other founders and it's like, oh yeah, man, I'm so busy. It's like take your level of busy, 2x it, add 4 kids. And yeah, that's how busy we are over here at fucking Dogface Labs, and that's how we roll. Don't even fucking insult me by saying you're busy. Just
Yeah.
just make a fucking time. I get it. Um,
Well, I figured after last night when you said you had a couple meetings and it sounded like it was busy in the background, I figured you were going to have to be speaking loud enough for them to hear you. I figured today your voice would be trashed.
yeah, that was the case. Yeah, the guy I met. Yeah, he's actually just resigned from a startup, and they had quite a big raise, and he's moved back into a consulting role. But yeah, he wanted to meet at a bar. We met at the bar. And he could barely hear me. Not long after I muted off, I actually ended up going. Yeah, we ended up going to a cafe. I was like, bro, worst idea ever. Having a business meeting at a fucking bar at 5 p.m. on
Yep.
a Friday or a
Yeah.
Saturday or whatever that was. Yeah, Friday. It's like literally everyone's on the piss. Music's playing. Um, let's get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
But no, the meetings were good. Really, really good.
Good. Excellent. Excellent. I like your topic this evening as I think recently in the news we had heard something about this, right? Hey, and I gotta say, man, that space last night was absolutely freaking phenomenal, man.
Yeah, it was a good find, old Jim. So yeah, Jim posted some stuff about the New Zealand Australia thing, and then I just DM'd him, and then we actually got on and had a non-recorded conversation, him and I, for probably about 2 hours,
Oh,
and
correct.
then yeah, just sort of got away. But he's got a super interesting background. Like he started in retail, but he worked his way up and he ended up doing like investigative work for the police, but he won't say what it is, and it sounds as though it's something kind of like some MI5 type, high level investigative type shit that he was doing. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the agenda. Hopefully, people understand the strategy as to like we're now trying to get I guess people have got a good following and some things that maybe align with our values as well, or maybe they don't, but that's not the fucking point. As you could hear, I was trying to make sure that I got a little pitch in for Xeno Mining each time and just like getting that brand and name out into there with those people. And then we'll go back, do it in a week. And I think anytime we're speaking and building our influence and as well as like literally having that pin post at the top, it's got to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did pick up on that, and I even tried to tie some things in during that conversation to kind of soft plug ourselves, you know?
Yeah, dude. I get it.
All right.
Well, let's get into some market updates, eh? Let's have a little look. So what? We got a 1.64 trillion market cap. It's gone up a bit because I don't think I've done the market caps for maybe like 3, 4, 5 days. Can't remember the last time exactly, but I do recall last time it was 1.42.
Yep.
So that's interesting. It's gone up 2.4%. What we are seeing from the cryptos themselves, Solana's up another 10%. Bitcoin's moved 14% up over the last 7 days, with another 2% rise over the past 24 hours. Ethereum up 13%. Tether's obviously holding, but XRP 9, BNB 5, Solana 25, Cardano 43, Doge 21, Avalanche 42, Chainlink 13, Tron 3, Polkadot 25%. So these are all of the pumps over the last 7 days. Tell you what, when I was out and about, there was no one fucking talking about, Bitcoin, well, that's down, isn't it? That's down. Oh, it's gone down. There was no one saying that when I was out having these conversations with VCs and angels. It's all very bullish sentiment going around. So that was cool. But
Yeah.
that's a bit of a market update for everybody.
Yeah. If you do look at the uh even the chart for the total market cap and even the total market cap of just altcoins separate, I actually track them separately, and you have more percentage gain in the altcoin market cap, without Bitcoin in there. But Ethereum's been on a tear. Very interesting to see if we see potentially the next few, maybe the next week, a 3,000 Ethereum. Be pretty, yeah. Overall, the market looks very bullish, doesn't it, right now?
Yeah, man. Indeed, indeed, indeed. It's now like, obviously, hopefully people are doing the sniper course, getting their indicators done. I'm going to prioritize that over the Christmas break. When it quietens down for about a week, I'm going to get in and finish that course. But hopefully people are educating themselves and not going to just try a fucking hit and miss strategy. So, yeah, it's I'm going to take some time to do that.
A little bit of financial advice: don't buy big green candles. You get big red dildos. You buy the red, you sell the green. That's how it works, guys.
All right, let's invite some people to come up, have a chat.
Good.
Um,
I'm gonna push out some DMs here too as well.
this beast is a fucking two-legged dog at the moment. Let's get a couple more legs up here. Come and have a chat. All right, so let's go into the first crypto scammer who met an untimely demise. There's a few stories been going around of late. It is becoming a thing that's happening. Some of them are going to prison. Some of them are getting
Lost.
moided. Yeah, moided. Let's search into one. Sorry, I've got about 4 stories here. Murphy's Law, the fucking internet's paused. But let's read this guy. Okay, crypto billionaires back-to-back deaths sparks wild theories. Many blame the deaths of the billionaires past, with others suspected some form of foul play and execution. Right. The death of 4 crypto billionaires within a month has caught the crypto community's attention. The deaths occurred under suspicious circumstances, and some of these billionaires had even raised alarms about being in danger. The spiral started towards the end of October 22, with Nikolai Mushigian, co-founder of MakerDAO, was found dead on a Puerto Rican beach just hours after tweeting that intelligence agencies were after him. The next billionaire to perish was broker Javier Biosca, who was found dead on November 22 in Estepona, Spain. At the time, Biosca was being investigated for the biggest cryptocurrency fraud in Spain. On November the 23rd, Amber Group co-founder Tien Tien Kalander died mysteriously in his sleep. Just 2 days later, Russian crypto billionaire something Taran died in a helicopter crash. Apart from these 4 suspicious deaths, another death made headlines on December 30th when Park Mo, vice president of Vidente, the largest shareholder of South Korean cryptocurrency exchange Bithumb, was found dead in his house, in front of his house, in the early morning. The 4 crypto billionaire deaths within a month gave fuel to several conspiracy theories among the crypto community. One user associated the string of deaths with a mafia-style hit job and said that the crypto world is taking a page from the mafia handbook. Another user associated with the death spiral with the central banking hierarchy, sarcastically saying, I would definitely not put money on it being connected to the central hierarchy bank. There is no way. So, 4 crypto billionaires killed within a short space of time. Vince, what do you think? Do you think it's, I mean, obviously we're going off limited information. We're not reading court records. We're just having a little bit of fucking TMZ moment and making some commentary on these things off about 1 minute of reading. So don't take this too seriously. It's lighthearted. We're just talking about shit that's going on. What do you think, Vince?
Oh man, this is good stuff because I see two sides of this coin. There's you have you have the shady side of business, right? But at the same time, you can't be too naive to think that certain three-letter agencies, uh, big players in the game, don't want to uh, control certain things going on, right? Or have their piece of the pie. Man, it makes for it stinks to high heaven, doesn't it? Because I guess you have to then look at who benefits from their demise, right? Who gets placed into those positions of power? Who are they influenced by? Right? It starts to spark a lot of questions when people that get to that point start to disappear. Now, could it be that they wronged the wrong people and it was mafia style? Could be. Could be the fact that it's a play for control, right? By whom we don't, we can only suspect that big players want to retain control and have their own people in place. So yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. It could be either one, to be honest with you, but definitely sends a message either to the crypto space that if you're going to screw people over, there's going to be ramifications from people with a lot of money, or it's a message to the entire market that big money is coming and we're going to take control.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. It's an interesting synopsis of the situation. Yeah, very interesting. I tend to wonder if it's just like the nature of crypto because the money's all digital. There's no regulation. There's essentially no way to get the money back at times, right? So
Hmm.
there's no means of resolving it. Is what potentially leads to these situations where there's, I guess, people just get offed. It's like, well, can't get the money, we're at least going to kill you. Um,
Hmm.
like bit of a revenge thing, or maybe they torture them, get the keys or whatever, and then get rid of them or something. Like
Right.
something. Yeah, something's going on there. But I'll read another one here for you. We'll add this into the mix. So, Crypto Queen on FBI's most wanted list for $3 billion scam was killed on a yacht. Dr. Ruja Ignatova, 42, went on the run after disappearing with 3.4 billion of investor money. Sheesh. She was put on FBI's most wanted list, but hasn't been seen since, and now grim links to a Bulgarian crime boss have emerged. The missing crypto queen listed among FBO's top 10 most wanted for scamming investors and disappearing with their millions, was killed on the yacht 5 years ago. Headlines said she invented the cryptocurrency OneCoin, which she marketed worldwide, attracting investors from far afield. Backers then plowed a total of around €4 billion, euros, 3.4 billion into OneCoin before Ignatova disappeared, took all the money with her in 2017. She was last seen in Athens, but last year on March 25th, the head of the General Directorate of the National Police in Bulgaria, age 49, was shot in his home. Wow. After his death, investigators found records of taped conversations in his home and they seized them. Now, two investigative journalists from Bulgaria found transcripts of these taped conversations and published them online. Ignatov was suspected of working for one of Bulgaria's greatest drug lords. I guess this is all, to me, this just sounds like criminal shit happening to criminals. What do you think?
I feel bad for them. I'm going to cry a few tears. I mean, you make your bed, you lay in it, right? I mean, but I think the thing that's amazing to me that just continues to boggle my mind is the amount of corruption that goes through the money system, the amount of energy put into ripping people off, right? Stealing from them. When there's so much more good that you could do with that energy, right? And instead, people, scammers steal. I just the amount of energy that goes into it it just boggles me. Just I don't know. I can't quite wrap my tiny brown brain around the energy that you put out to scam people. For what gain? You gain money, but then are you running for the rest of your life trying to hide? And at what point do you just say enough is enough? But I mean, maybe this is a message that is well deserved in the space. That if you're going to rip people off, don't be surprised. You get offed. Maybe that'll cut down on the amount of scamming. I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I guess the best case scenario for you if you're a crypto scammer is you end up in prison, as opposed to, well, if something's going to happen to you. Um, yeah. We're seeing that more and more now, right? But maybe I'll read this one here. Here's an interesting one. So it's basically how they manipulated it. And this is why you should never load your phone onto basically anything. Don't load your phone onto anything because don't do mobile phone verification if you can avoid it, because and I used to work at telecom, right, over here. So I know for a fact that people can see as long as they can find your name. So we could search through, it was called ICMS, we could search through the database, find the person's name, have a look at their SIM card, do a SIM swap if you wanted to. 100% possible if you're working within a telecommunications company. Now, that's how a lot of scams happen, is people essentially selling information within these companies. So you can't trust motherfuckers. But let's have a look. A fraud victim who lost more than 23 million in a crypto heist told me he's counting on the 20-year-old who was involved in hacking his account first. Savvy fraudsters. No, sorry. That's the next article. On November 20, Alice Pinksy described in a deposition how he convinced an AT&T employee to give him control of a phone number belonging to a wealthy cryptocurrency investor. The investor, Michael Turpin, was watching the deposition in a civil lawsuit via Zoom, eager to learn about how he'd been hacked. Pinksy and his crew, Turpin told me, were a group of young teenagers who used his phone number to steal just 24 million worth of cryptocurrency from his account in a kind of fraud called SIM swapping.
Wow.
Pinksy was never charged with a crime. SIM swapping occurs when scammers impersonate another individual to dupe their phone providers into switching the target's number onto a new SIM card, Then, with access to the victims' text and calls, hackers bypass security measures like two-factor authentication to infiltrate their crypto apps. Americans reported more than 1,600 SIM swapping incidents last year, totaling 68 million in losses, becoming more common. In October, Pinksy agreed to cooperate with Turpin to share how the hack worked and pay him 22 million in the civil lawsuit. So he basically gave it back. That's kind of interesting. It's not a moida, but it's just something that came up when I was searching for crypto scam moida.
Yeah. It's hard to get away, I mean, from the two-factor authentication. We use our phones more than our computers nowadays. It's like, how do you get away from that? Um, I will say this though is that one of the things that I have done that to help cut down on the amount of or increase the security is I use a Ubico key, which is a device that you have to physically touch or hold to your phone in order to send crypto from your accounts. So if I'm trying to send, like, you can deposit your money on your account, but anytime you go to send any funds out of it, you actually have to touch this device to your phone to show that it's you. So even if they SIM swap you, they might be able to get into your account, but as soon as they go to try to send anything out, they're gonna be required to use the key. And if they don't have the key, you can't send anything. You're shit out of luck.
Sounds like a good measure, a
Yeah.
really good measure.
And
Um,
it's really good. Like, a lot of corporations use it for business security because you go to log into a system, in order for them to prove it, you have to put your key in the computer. And not only do you have to put it in the computer, but when it prompts you, you actually have to touch it so they know there's a physical person there.
Interesting, interesting. Can they cut your
Mhm.
hands off or cut your fingers off? That's like the thing I always think about with these. Like it was like the obvious one with your phone, right? If you've got phone print lock,
Yeah.
well, just cut
Right.
his thumb off.
Well, I mean, what about with being able to make masks and shit and look like other people to bypass facial recognition? You
That's
know,
true.
I mean, all you really need is a good image to make something with facial recognition. I think that's why you're going to start seeing security measures start. Actually, I was watching a guy that had an old device that was a security device used for, I don't know, let's call it like Area 51 kind of type security, man. Like, it was very interesting. You actually had to put your hand on it, but it had nothing to do with your fingerprints because those could be replicated. It had to do with a electromagnetic signal that measured the ions and the mineral makeup of your bones. And supposedly that is a unique signature to just you. But it does beg the question then is, well, what if you chop somebody's hand off and put it on there, right? To bypass. I mean, that might be pretty obvious if you're trying to get through security and security sees you with somebody else's hand. I mean, that might send up a few red flags, I would think. But yeah,
Oh, not really. You just have one of the. You just have you just tape it to the end of your hand, and have it in the long sleeve, or you just grab the thumb and do the old like missing thumb shit, and just tape it onto your thumb.
yeah, right.
Uh, get creative. Um, but yeah, I'm sure that shit's happened. It's probably going to happen into the future. That's why when we've got mad bags of fucking crypto, we've definitely got to have hyper vigilant situational awareness because for real, I will be on my toes. Let me read another story here. So, a woman from from St. Nicholas, East Flanders, was killed by her boyfriend. Sorry, ex-boyfriend. Now ex-boyfriend. Okay, that's bad taste. In a dispute over 400,000 euros worth of cryptocurrency. Tamara Engels, the victim, had previously expressed concern that her life was in danger as her former partner had recently returned to the country, according to her father. Several days later, on 17 May, the victim failed to turn up. Her colleagues, fearing something had happened to the 33-year-old, phoned the police. Arriving at her home, the police received no answer after ringing the doorbell. The murder suspect is believed to have contacted the victim, claiming to have been hospitalized in Belgium, sending photos as proof. Suspicious Engels contacted the hospital, who said that they had no evidence of him being there. The victim's father believes that this was his first attempt at luring the victim into the open. Unbeknownst to Engels, her ex-boyfriend had retained a set of keys to her home and entered the property sometime after midnight, etc., etc., attacked her, killed her. This just sounds like a dispute over money, right?
Mm-hmm.
It happens with fiat. People kill each other all the time, so probably not a crypto thing as such.
And money makes people do fucking crazy things, man. That's for sure. You know, um, and it's always it seems to be like it's mostly in like domestic relation, not mostly, I guess, but it'd be interesting to see the statistics of how common there are domestic disputes over money, right? You'd think that
Yeah,
that's a huge thing, and how many of those disputes later on lead to a death.
yeah. I kind of understand. Well, obviously, I don't understand ever why you would commit a murder, but I kind of understand if it was like in the 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or even the 60s or even the 70s when there's no DNA. Like it's like if you were like thinking of murdering and you're assessing this in my head, is this a good idea? I'm going to murder someone, take the money. Like, but now with like DNA, I just like the actual idea of going to prison for your whole life doesn't sound that exciting to me. Um, it's like I was talking to interesting story yesterday. I was talking to one of a guy. I won't say his name, but he literally the guy I told you he exited out of a thing. So he was in a business that had a startup and quite a good idea. It was something they were trying to do a deal with Uber, and it was essentially like they had an app or some sort of app type scenario where it monetized your like going in Uber, because when you're in Uber you'd see certain advertisements or something, right? It was
Mm-hmm.
like some sort of
Mm-hmm.
tech around monetizing also like transport on trains. You would see ads on trains like around you, and then you would get a percentage of the revenue and you wouldn't have to pay for the train because it was basically being subsidized by you, the fact you were seeing the ads.
Right.
So this guy's a computer programmer. Both of these guys, I know them, right? Really good mates. I knew the guy who I was speaking to yesterday. He was a PT client of mine for years, and then the other guy, I coached him in rugby league for a season. So I was head coach of a Premier Rugby League team over here, and he was like a player on the team. But this guy, he fucking, they went out, chased money. He got the venture capital. He had a missus, right? And then out of the fucking blue, he messages my mate and he goes, "Oh, bro, I'm in New York. I need a time out. I've gone over to New York to have like, oh no, initially it was a business trip, going to New York doing a business trip. Then it was, oh wow, man, I'm over here. I've met this amazing girl. She's so fucking awesome. I'm gonna just stay here for a little bit." And he's got a
Mm-hmm.
partner. He's got a partner. We all know her. And then it's like, oh hey man, I'm in love. We're getting married. Fuck, I'm staying here. I'm gonna try and run it from here instead of New Zealand. So then it evolved to that, and then it went to all of the bank accounts got locked out. They're watching the fucking like they couldn't use the money. They're watching the money. He's basically just gone on a fucking bit of a bender
Uh,
or some shit. spending all the money in this company, and yeah, so my friend, he ended up in the situation where this prick had just basically, yeah, taken all the money that they got from VC and funding, which was meant to pay for the business, and he'd fucking had a bender and gone off the rails or whatever. Then he pulled the fucking mental health card. Oh, I'm so depressed. Oh, I'm depressed. I just got depressed, and that's why I spent everyone's fucking money. And so, yeah, very, very interesting seeing
Fuck.
how people behave when they get the money because that guy, if he ever does come to New Zealand, is going to get picked up at the airport and arrested and probably get a fucking slap with a West butt bus ticket because it's New Zealand. But point is, it's what's the fucking point? And that's why I said to him, and it's like, it's just actually a better plan to just have like a 10, 15, 20 year horizon and just make hundreds of millions of dollars, like legitimately. What, like,
Right.
just do that because you get to retain your reputation, you get to keep your wealth, you get to avoid prison. And to me, scammers are just like lazy fucks. Like, if they would apply that, it's like the Nigerian scammers, right? And all of the Web3 scammers who were going hard out. If they literally would have just applied that effort to fucking making money,
Right.
they'd probably go all right. Um, but anyway, that was a bit of a long-winded roundabout.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what my point is that that energy could be used for something positive and really make a difference, right? I mean, instead they use it, they scam, they hurt people and end up wasting that shit, and yeah, I just yeah. I mean, you think about how much of that money is scammed and then wasted, what it could do to feed veterans, to house homeless, to fix some of the issues that are going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like it just boggles my mind because there's so much opportunity to use money for something good, right? And positively impact our communities that it's just hard to fathom that one person can do something so dastardly to other people and then continue to just now I don't know their how they feel after that. Maybe some people do have some remorse. Some of them go on to do it again, and that's the sad part is they don't learn the first time. They just learned the first time that they got away with it because nobody came after them. But it sounds like those times might be changing. You screw over the wrong people and maybe the mafioso is going to find you. You know?
For sure, man. Someone's going to find you, you know. I mean, even if you don't get caught in this life, you still got to deal with God. um,
Yeah,
if you
you know what
believe in
though?
God,
But
yeah.
but like Jim was talking about last night. Like there's just some fucked up evil people in this world. Period. And they just don't give a shit about anybody else. They're just uh, out for themselves.
They're right. They've either got to be like Satanists or fucking they just don't believe in any God or anything because like that whole idea of karma is yeah, so it keeps you on the straight, it keeps me on the straight and narrow. So yeah,
Have you ever watched some of those instant karma videos? Some others are fucking fantastic to watch because somebody wants to act a fool and do some degenerate shit, and the next thing you know, karma gets them. Boom, right on cue. It's fucking amazing.
yeah, I may have enjoyed one or two. Who's that? That guy who does the commentary. Was it the? I'll try and find one of his videos. I'll pin it up. But it's one of my guilty pleasures is watching and he essentially does like an American sports commentary on instant karma, people getting fucked up for being douchebags. But it's entertaining.
The ones I really like to watch actually are the ones with cops that don't understand the laws, that want to overstep their boundaries, and people who do know the law and know it quite well who basically tell them to fuck off. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that,
Who are those? Who is that? It's kind of like a subculture, right, within the United States of people who just like will go into public buildings or police officers or like just record you and be just an utter pain in the ass just to, I guess, make a point of what the rules are and the freedom of speech and the ability to record in public spaces, and they just do that to annoy the shit out of police
yep.
and basically just talk down to police and put them in their place. And I find that to be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like it's cool. Why not? They're a pain in the
Yeah.
ass, but it's kind of just making a point.
Yeah, we call it, they're called auditors. So basically, they're auditing the police and kind of, getting them to understand, and people too, man. That's the thing. Like, you know, you know, it really is that people even don't even understand their own freedoms. They end up being their worst prisoners. Is people who just don't understand the laws. And I mean, we can get into a deep conversation with my tinfoil hat, but I feel like the system has been usurped, right? We don't understand that we don't operate on true law. We operate on maritime law, and basically have handed everything over through um, not knowing our rights. The fact that even technically speaking, you have people here in the U.S. who get in their vehicle, right? They get in their private automobile, and they will travel, all right, from point A to point B. Well, technically speaking, the law says that you do not have to have a driver's license to do that, but most everybody has a driver's license. So, in the process of having the license, binds you to the laws that the lawmakers have created, where technically, by constitutional right, you have the freedom to travel. You do not need a driver's license to do that, because you only need a driver's license if you're driving for commerce. And most of us do not drive for commerce. We drive to go to work, and we drive to travel from one place to another in our private automobile. And technically, even that doesn't have to be licensed. When we license it, we basically hand it over to the state. So, but
Okay, it's interesting. Why don't you need licensing? Like, I understand the premise behind licensing is like, well, we like over here, we pay two types of we're awesome. We always try to do two times as bad. So we have our registration, which is your like annual fee, which essentially is like in a way it's like a collective, almost like a collective insurance, I guess, for people who like get fucked up and get hurt on the road, and a registration of the vehicle. And then you have a warrant of fitness, and your warrant of fitness you have to do every 12 months. If your car's under 10 years old, you need to get a full, like, it's about a 200 checkpoint test. Or if your car's over 10 years old, it's every 6 months you need this like 200 checkpoint test on your vehicle to make sure it's roadworthy and not going to like have bald tires and cause some other person to get fucking hurt on the roads, basically. So we go hard, we overdo it. It's also scaled on like the type of car or vehicle. Like if you drive a motorbike, because you're more likely to have a car crash, you pay more registration, and it's all done quite almost like statistically. It's a pain in the ass.
wow, sounds like a great place to live. I'll come visit, but I
Wow.
don't think,
There's a
you
few
know.
there's a few tips and tricks, mate. You just got to speak to a few of the natives. Um, yeah, dodgywolves.co.nz. You go down the down the garage. So yeah, there's all sorts of shenanigans go on with the warrant of fitness, of course.
Right, of course.
Yeah, at Dodgy Wolf's garage corner store. It's like, bro, how about I just give you a box of beers and you just fuck doing the work, just slam me a fucking warrant of fitness, bro.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. yeah, there's all sorts of shenanigans going. You just get to know your mechanic, right? And
Yeah.
but it's a whole industry. It's like a whole industry over here. It's a bit fucked up. Um, but yeah,
Sounds
they've got
very it sounds very controlling though. That's the problem.
very controlling. Absolutely, yeah, it is very
And and,
controlling.
and very invasive into into your life of, you know, man, I guess that, we look at things here and, these the freedoms that we are supposed to have are, given to us by God. These,
Mm,
freedoms. And people, the problem is that A, people want control, and B, people want security, right? So they're willing to give up the freedoms for security. Problem is that once you start giving up some of these freedoms for the security, once you give them up to the government or the state just wants to take more and more.
mm.
You
For
know,
sure, for sure. You're right, and like to give you context of in New Zealand, like have you tried to pull some auditing shit in New Zealand? After they'd finished laughing at you, they would then just pull you out of your car and just fucking lock you up. Like there's no like please identify yourself. It's like the cop will just look at you and laugh. It's yeah, that's not a thing over here. There's no like what have I done? Basically, if you get pulled over, you may as well be under arrest. You're under complete control of that cop, and they can just tell you what to do for whatever reason. So they can tell you to get out of the vehicle. They can tell you to stay in the vehicle. They can tell you to stay there. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like if you spoke to a police officer in a an offensive way, you'll
mm-hmm.
get arrested. Like if you just said "fuck you," I can say what I want, or called him a pig, you will get arrested for disorderly conduct, offensive language, and obstructing the police. So yeah, you have to be polite, and that's like the kind of like the vibe over here in New Zealand is it's enforced politeness in New Zealand. It's a thing. Yeah, it's we don't believe in just giving each other shit, which is why we're so bad at banter, and or some of us really bad at getting offended. So yeah, we have an act, Summary Offences Act 1981, against offensive language and disorderly behaviour. So if you go to like a protest and there's like cops lining up and you're just like standing there and like, because we used to do the shit at uni all the time, but you're standing there just hurling abuse at them, or you see like where people go up in front of, go nose to nose with a cop and start yelling at them, and as soon as you swear, you're fucked. They're just going to ramrungle you and take you down. So yeah, it's definitely a controlling place where we live, for sure.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing is, like I said, freedom is a dangerous thing. But if you're gonna trade security, you're gonna give away freedoms. And that's you start getting on that slippery slope of, well, then you what happens is you lose your freedom, as a death by a thousand cuts, right? They take a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, and before you know it, you've gotten so used to it, you're just accepting of the new way of living, right? But in the grand scheme of things, I mean, everybody should have the right to freedom of speech. If somebody wants to tell you you're a shitbag and fuck off, then but they have the right to do that. If your ego is hurt by that, then maybe you shouldn't have done what you did to them to put them in that position where they're just ramrodding you like that, right? You had to do something to deserve it, unless that person is just being nasty. But that's the thing is, when you start censoring what people can say, which is the issue we have with social media today, is now you almost have to censor, you have to censor yourself, because if you get if you get to the point where you offend somebody and then they report your profile and things like that, then you get taken off of social media. So it's a self-imposed like censorship where now, well,
Mm,
I have this platform and I don't want to lose my the following I've gained and built up over time, the time invested in it, maybe even some monetary investment into it to build your following, to just be taken off of that platform because somebody didn't like what you had to say.
mm. You know what I reckon we should have is like an optimized freedom of speech model. You can say whatever you want. You can like be as offensive as you want. But you can do it online. You can do it anywhere. But you have to do it with your government name attached to it and your fucking photo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
You
yeah,
want to be a degenerate and be a keyboard warrior. Well, your name and your picture are gonna be attached to it, right? So there's
yeah.
accountability to it, right?
So yeah, I mean, I'm into it, but I just think it's kind of some of the freedom of speech goes a little bit too far when you get fucking cowards who can't like, I guess, stand behind what they say. But I get it because I guess sometimes some of the views of things that you would say if you didn't say it anonymously, like you might lose your job or get judged or. So I understand probably why that's important, and so maybe that theory is not actually a good theory, but I think it would stop a lot of people saying a lot of just nasty, dumb shit that they don't need to say. They're just being degenerate and offensive.
Mm-hmm. Trolling.
Yeah, exactly. Trolls. Trolls are like the weakest type of humans, basically. Yeah.
Well, and maybe that accountability then would open up the door to having a respectful conversation again, right? Again, you don't always have to agree with people, but even to have a respectful conversation, or you know what? Don't go there. Don't listen to them. You have that choice too. That's that's the whole thing. You don't like what somebody has to say? Fucking turn off that channel. Turn off that social media app. Go somewhere else, right?
100%, bro. I fucking mute people who write dumb shit all the time that I don't agree with. Yeah, like I don't know why people antagonize themselves by not muting them. you know,
Yeah.
if you don't agree with what they say and it's really dumb shit, and you just mute them. But I mean, it is fairly easy writing. I mean, even I'm guilty of it. I get triggered when I see people writing really dumb shit. Um, maybe some of you didn't notice, but it's actually part of the reason why people have noticed I've changed from Fleece to Mark Tulloch. That's like one. It's a better business decision because Fleece has connotations, the word for business and money.
Mm-hmm.
But it also is essentially I want to start a trend within Web3 because you saw it in crypto. Crypto started like NFTs, just degenerate assholes. Then when it was legitimized, and we see this now, like being doxxed, like we were doxxed before we started, me, and like we were trendsetters in that space. So now it's like, well, let's embrace it. And I'm even going to take that to another level where it's like, okay, we're Dogface Labs. We've got the Dogface Battalion. We've got Xeno Mining. We know that we've got the XRP army coming, ordinals, and all of the things we're going to build out. I've decided for this next bull run, I'm just going to go like legit crypto projects, put my name to it, put my photo there, and try and essentially just create a bit of a different vibe of an NFT community where it's maybe I'll test it out. It's just a theory I was having. Of course, I love the fucking PFPs. I love it. But as the leader, I saw that could be a good idea. But I'm open to feedback from what people think about that. If you guys think it's a terrible idea, I mean, I should just rep the PFP. I actually do listen to you guys. When I put up the vote about whether I should rejoin the military, believe it or not, I asked you guys in that post, and I asked my wife, and it was pretty much the only two opinions I gave a fuck about, and I think it was a pretty resounding no. from most people here for whatever reasons. Who people think I should stay focused on what we're doing, or I've done enough, or whatever. And then my wife was also said no. So yeah, it's interesting, right? These votings and mechanism where you can get direct feedback from the community, and so I will listen to the community. If you guys think I should change my PFP back to a Xeno mining PFP.
No, I think there is something to be said um, about putting yourself out there, and but I do know too that you know when we're in spaces and having the PFP, it shows solidarity, right? Maybe what we do is we have the graphics team put our faces with a little PFP, in a little circle down there, or the PFP with our actual picture in it in small, you know what I'm saying? Like superimposed so that you actually have both. Does that make sense, Mark?
Yeah, that could be cool. I've also seen people do, like, you remember that guy Shillin Villain, Alex, I think his name is. He's kind of been pretty hardcore fudded out of the space, but he started just putting, he had his name, and then he started a following. He just put a question mark after his name, the red question mark. And then all of his crew started following. So it could be even be something like everyone puts a dog, like the wolf logo, in
Yeah.
front of our name. Like, so I think solidarity can be created through something. But I don't know. I'm just trying to envisaging if everyone came in and everyone's got their PFPs, because that's like, sorry, their faces. Because I mean, we're all doxed anyway, right? It's
Yeah.
just that's what I see when I go into legit crypto spaces. So I just start to wonder, what do these guys think of all of us who are just wearing our like PFPs and shit? I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about, and I'm open to be convinced otherwise.
I would say, with the direction that we want to take our business, that might not be a bad idea. And then come up with some kind of like, badge icon that we can put before the name that can easily, because when you look down in the audience, especially when we use this particular platform, if you were to put some kind of icon at the very beginning of your name, anybody could see that because you don't see anything at the end of the name unless it's super short, right? I only see, when I look at the screen, I only see MAR. That's it. So if it was a badge that you put at the beginning of your name, at least then it would show up in solidarity of the business. Make sense?
Yeah,
Or as
absolutely.
as I
Something to
said,
think about.
make it like a badge that we can put over, not over our actual faces, but as down in the corner, so it would show up within the frame on X, so that people could see that, hey, this person has like this particular icon in their image. Um, I think it's easier to see at the beginning of the name than it would be in the image, though. But one of those ways would work that we could show solidarity for the business, and then still, because as I think about it, when I'm in spaces, especially spaces that are talking about um, business projects, building, political spaces, things like that, the speakers typically on the panels, you can see their face. They have, well, if it's their true face, but at least they have an image there that reflects supposedly who they are, right? As far as that goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. And we're moving in this direction of smart money, crypto mining, Bitcoin, XRP. I, I mean, it sounds a bit. I'm just going to say it. We're better than the average NFT people. I have basically a superiority complex over the rest of the market and all these other people around here. We're just better. Why? Because we're not doing dumb, degenerate shit, and we're not ripping people off. We're like building like real world asset focused collections. So yeah, I actually look down on most IP brands and brands that have no utility. I just don't really think that highly of them. I think they're pretty dog shit. And I think the smart ones, and I think we're going to see this, will start coming over and partnering with us B2B and getting miners so that they can actually provide some returns. Because vibes and $5 will buy you a cup of coffee. It's worth nothing, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because you can get vibes anywhere. You can get fucking vibes down at the local pub. If I want vibes, I'll ring up Stabber. We'll go down the local pub and get some fucking big bot line reds, and we'll have some vibes. Like I can get vibes anywhere. If I want vibes, I can go down to the local fucking rugby club, join a rugby team, have a season, and play some rugby. So
Right.
it's yeah. But speaking of Stabber, I see he's come onto the stage. How are you, brother?
Yeah, no, I just thought I was muted because sometimes you were saying before that the ones that talk too much shit get muted. So am I coming through clear?
Yeah, it sounds like shit.
What? What did you say?
No, it's good, bro. I've just been out today. It's been a nice day in New Zealand finally. But you're doing a bit of a school gala, Christmas parade, and it's been pretty cool. So, and I changed my PFB, but I'm gonna probably change it again because it's not looking that great. So, but yeah.
I think it looks dope, Stabba.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, but no, it's been a good space, and the week of spaces as well. I must take your hat off to you, Mark. You've done some. Yesterday was probably one of the biggest and intriguing spaces I've had, and yeah, no, so good on you for the way that we're going up to number 13 on the Get Phygital, and yeah, exposing whatever, and looking forward to the next week.
Sure, bro. Yeah, no, thanks for that. Yeah, Jim was pretty cool, eh? He's got a massive following. Yeah, sorry, you're saying, Vince? I'll catch you off there, mate.
Yeah, no, shoot me a co-host spot real quick. I want to start getting we need some more people up here on the panel to speak.
Yeah, sometimes the only following I've got is something in red and blue, but we won't go there.
No comment. Yeah, definitely. Feel free to come up, have a chat. If you've got an opinion on whether the Xeno Space Cats, should we roll with our photos and then come up with some sort of solidarity icon in our names before our names, or should we just all stick together, stay with the Xenomani Space Cats? If you have a look at our collection, we're already building our fourth collection as we're selling out our third XRP army. I guess it's individual choice, right? That's the cool thing about it. Yeah. I'm pretty open.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say too, Mark and Vince, is that who was first with the X? You or well, definitely you guys, eh? So like that X is quite a big thing now that Twitter's now X. So yeah, that could be something that we could put in front or whatever. That X of ours, it's pretty dominant.
Yeah, that would be dope.
I was quite keen on an eggplant. I thought that would be a good, get an eggplant in there. That's some good solidarity. It's good for men and women.
Or a cucumber.
Cucumber, eggplant would be cool. Well, you'd certainly get some attention. A needle, get the old needle going. What else could we get going? We could get like a wolf. A wolf would make a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, wolf would. Hell yeah, that definitely would, because we don't want to be a bear or a bull. We want to be a wolf. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. But I see we've got Oliver. How are you, mate?
Hey guys, how are you guys
How you
feeling?
been? Fucking amazing, bro. If it was any better,
Yeah.
I'd be on my way to Mars in a spacecraft.
Oh,
for having a whiskey with Elon Musk if it was any better.
Yeah, I just came through and saw you guys have space. Last time I saw you mention me, and I would have joined, but I didn't see the notification until the space already end, right? So how's everyone doing? How's what's up? Um, how is the development going for on your side? Everything nice?
Yeah, bro, we're doing really well. So what are we now? We're December the 9th. So we're around January 1st. We launch into multi-token dashboard, which is awesome. I know that's something you've been working on and building out. I have DM'd you, bro. You are terrible at getting back to me. I'm just going to say that. Um,
No,
just
I
saying,
really do apologize,
just saying, bro.
because
Yeah.
it's just on my back, and for the past like weeks it's been very busy because like we just launched for a month, right? So we were building for the past year, but we just launched for the first month. So for the first initial months, we have to do a lot of launches, like the website, white paper, and making sure everything's going smooth. So I've been like working day and night, so I've been very busy in terms of like getting back, like because you were saying I'm bad at getting back to you, right? So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we just have our meeting now while we're here? Because I know how fucking shit you are at sticking to your saying you want to catch up. So why don't we just do the meeting here? You tell us, yeah, tell us what's up with the dashboard. I'm keen to hear.
So like so I don't really understand what you mean by dashboard, because like on our side how it works is just like when you withdraw the rewards, it just cut the rewards fee from $5 to 90 cents. Instead of doing transaction on Ethereum, when you withdraw the rewards, it sends
Mm,
straight to other four blockchains, and it's expandable, right? It sends to
sure.
Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, um, Avalanche, Matic, Binance Smart Chain, and Phantoms. And it's also expandable in terms like if in the future the community might want some other blockchains that they want to support in terms of when they want to withdraw their
So it's
rewards.
all
So yeah.
just to ask you a question, bro. Like, so from what I'm hearing, it sounds like I guess all of the chains that are supporting at the moment EVM chain. So that they're a Ethereum virtual machine.
Yeah, yeah. Right now, at the moment, we're working within the EVM. Right now, we're working towards outside of the EVM right now, but it's like the team that are trying to break through it. And I think, yeah, like you said, uh, breaking through the EVM, I think is the most challenging in terms of cross chains. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting because it sounds like what you've done is, I guess you're using all like different EVM chains, but so I guess technically it's cross chain, but it's still all EVM. I think what you were just saying there, that challenge of getting like true cross chain, like where you could get Bitcoin, like native tokens, but you, like to me, I'm not sure even how beneficial that is because you're going to need different wallets for different chains. We've gone with a slightly different approach to you, but it's a
mhm,
different way of skinning the cat, and that all of it's on just straight ETH chain, but we're
mhm,
using wrap tokens, the wrap version of the token, so that
mhm.
we could just keep it all contained within a dashboard. What I meant by a dashboard is like the place where you go and connect your wallet, you see your earnings, you see the different tokens and what you can earn. That's what I mean by a dashboard.
Oh, I see. That's what you mean by dashboard. Yeah, but yeah, in terms of like, like you said, like the approaches are different, right? But it's just all, it all comes down to leveraging our user experience, right? The NFT holder experience. Um, like either way, whether one find is the better way, the other one find it the other way better, it doesn't matter, right? At the end, the goal is to build together and make sure that we leverage the experience for all the NFT holders, right?
I love that mindset, bro.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on building across these different chains? Is that your plan, like to have collections on like Tron and Avax, or are you guys gonna have all the collections on ETH chain, but then distribute through these different cross chain options? What's your thinking?
We keep our mind open. So if chance come and feels like okay, we it's like when times come, we will study all the risks and all the rewards from implementing changes, right? And we always have things the back of the mind. And yeah, like you said, I was we also are thinking about all of the coexisting chains, but at the moment we want to keep things as focused as possible, because we have so much thing going on, so we cannot like split too much attention, right? And uh yeah, in terms of like you were saying that doing infinite EVM is not actually crushing. It's like I think I think you missed kind of the concept of like cross chains. Like most majority of people at least assume that cross chain is where you're able to things that's on different network, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's within EVM, but the changes are that the transactions are cheaper on other blockchains. Like there's cross chains going on. That's like majority at least presume that is what cross chain is. And to your understanding, it seems like you said that the cross chain is actually a cross chain when it's actually cross the EVM compatible chains. Is that what you mean?
Can you ask that again, bro? My
No,
the lawn mowing company's turned up. I can't hear shit. Sorry, we could use ask
no.
that. Just the last bit.
No, no, I was saying that majority, at least, of people presumes that cross chains is just when you cross from another network to another network. But it seems from your approach that cross chain to you is breaking outside of the EVM. Is that what you said before?
Yeah, bro. I think in my mind that's true cross chain. Of course, yeah. You've got these different because I mean, what the ones that you're working with are essentially like what a fork of Ethereum, or they're still
Mm,
using the EVM, so it's the same
mm,
code. That's why they're interoperable. It's very easy to achieve, like relative to
yes.
how do you get like say you were mining in Bitcoin, how do you get that to bridge within one dashboard
Mm-hmm.
and then pay out in XRP? Like I
Right.
think whoever solves those problems, that's a way
Mm,
bigger problem to solve, will
for
probably
sure.
make way more money when they solve that problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like in terms of breaking through the EVM, I think that's one of the most, it's gonna be one of the most groundbreaking if anyone is going to like kind of figure out in terms of how they work around all of this, that you presume like the true cross chain. Well, I'm not denying that it's like, I'm with you in terms of like, hey, this is the true cross chain because it's actually outside of EVM. But yeah, like I said, that whoever breaks through this EVM compatible chains is gonna make so much money, yeah, for sure. And at the end of the day, we focus on the concept of our project is like similar to yours in terms of NFT backing by the mining operations and generating the rewards back to the NFT holder, right? And we just want to make the experience this NFT holding experience even better by implementing all the technologies that we have at the back end too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you start talking about back end technology, Mark gets pretty excited about that.
Like the thing. Yeah, yeah, because like we are open
Hey
books,
Vince,
right?
sorry,
We're
Oliver. Vince, it took me like 10 seconds to actually get what you were saying, and fuck you.
That's all right. We maybe the slow response is just that Starlink system you got going on down there, right, in New
Yeah,
Zealand.
this is how like a typical team meeting. Oliver, if you want to come and work with us, you will get told to get fucked. And why the fuck were you late to the meet? And yeah, we're very straightforward with each other, but hopefully you're not getting offended, bro. But no, I am actually really interested in what you're saying and the tech. Sorry to interrupt.
No, no, for sure. Like I said, like we're an open books, and we're happy to basically. No, we don't see any competition in this belt, right? It's about growing together, building strong relationship together, helping each other out when one is struggle. It's like about leveraging on each other, because I believe that one achieve better if they come together and help each other out. instead of like kind of approaching as a competition, because that's the mindset, at least at Forge we're approaching, right? So that's why like I come up here and making relationship with between Forge and Zeno mining, right? That's how I see it.
Can I ask Oliver, on a serious side, when we start talking about the back end technology,
Hmm.
what is the greatest challenge in getting, is it in being able to solve that problem? Because like you said, it's obviously a problem, and whoever solves it is going to be very wealthy when they figure out how to make it work. But what is the stopgap? What is actually preventing it from becoming a viable solution at this point?
At this point, I think one of the issue that we're seeing is the communications, or operations, like between like the communication between the EVM and versus the outside of the EVM, how they communicate each other, right? Because there's a lack of communication, a connection there, which is stopping the connections and stopping what can be very like groundbreaking. Yeah. I up to
It
this
almost
date, I
sounds to
haven't up to this date I haven't did any research in terms of if anyone have found like a better solution yet. But we'll look into that there too. Yeah.
So I know a project that has actually pulled this off. So no, essentially what they've got is a dashboard where they're mining different tokens, but you come in and you still need to connect different wallets. So it's essentially just like a UI UX that sits over the top of different wallets, but
Hmm.
they've had to attach obviously like smart contracts and capabilities from different chains into
Mhm.
this one visual interface. So I think they've got, like Bitcoin, I think they got Litecoin, Cadena. But yeah, it's been a lot of complexity for building it out. Our dev basically said, "Oh yeah, it's possible, but I don't really want to build that now."
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's possible for sure. Like it's just a matter of what effort it takes and how long it would take to break through it, right? I wouldn't say anything is impossible, right? It's just about time and effort and hard working. That's it. And like
big
you
time,
said,
bro.
like
Are
good
you a
point. Like
developer? Are you a developer, or are you more non-technical? What's your
me.
background?
Oh, my background. Oh, so I'm right now I'm the lead of the dev team at the back end. So
So we all like the back end here. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah. Because yeah, because actually one of the question we got asked in one of a good space is like, how do you guys fund all of this development at the back end for the whole year without coming to public and not having any funds to support your research and development, right? Short question is because we're the one who develop it and we're the a part of the teams now, right? So that's how it works. It's like I think I think I would say what is stopping a large projects coming like being actually large is the lack of funds to support the research of the dev working for them, right? Do you guys
Hmm.
agree on that?
Yeah, it may not be a problem that anybody's really looking at dumping a bunch of money towards solving, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
everything else is working just fine.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering if new smart contract technology comes out that allows, I think there's even a newer Ethereum smart contract that creates wallets with inside the smart contract, where then, if you were the owner of that particular NFT that had this smart contract behind it that had various wallets inside of it, wouldn't you essentially then say, hey, okay, well, if say you're mining, 5, 6 different tokens and you want to go there, you actually would have to connect with one single NFT that had multiple wallets built into it
Yeah, so
and
that's
claim it.
as you say, there already see one issue that's popped up when you do this is because um, the language, because like if you say that okay, you want to do it initially on the EVM, so then you want to implement this other small contract within the smart contract that you deploy into the EVM to make it compatible with other chains, right? But the issue that happened here is right there is the language, because in Solidity it doesn't work on, for example, Solana. They use other language, so the system on their side wouldn't be able to read all of this bytecode that like generate in Solidity, right? So do you already see one issue that you can not possibly do what you're saying, right? I mean,
Hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's just like based on my like knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, I am not a dev, so
Okay.
I just play one on TV.
Yeah.
um, I think that if somebody were to be able to have like a contract shell with and it being able to house certain contracts with inside of it, like it's almost like unpacking a WinZip file, right? Where
Yeah.
you'd have different contracts within this shell, and the shell was allowed to then log into a UI or a site, and then as you logged into the site, it would automatically read that, oh hey, there's a smart contract within this shell, and I can interact with it.
Yeah, so what you said it already happened. I think in a major, I think in a lot of projects that have their NFT at a stable price, like for example, $1,000. That I think that's how they would achieve it. They have another aggregator inside. I think most majority of them they use chain links. In terms of like connecting to the real world price within their smart contract. So the smart contract have access to other informations even when it's deployed on Ethereum, right? I think that's how they achieved it.
Hmm.
Just to add to this conversation, so if you have a look at Polkadot, right? So this is like if you have a look at the fundamentals of Polkadot, this is the problem that they're trying to solve. And I'm just doing a little bit of researching here on ChatGPT as we're talking, but I'll quickly talk about their tech, right? So this is what they got: relay chain. The core of Polkadot's architecture is the relay chain, which is responsible for network shared security, consensus, and cross-chain interoperability. Now, it currently doesn't support smart contracts or complex transactions directly, but rather provides security and interoperability. But then you've got this is the tech that they're working on, right? Is the cross-chain message passing. This is the protocol that allows parachains to send messages to each other, including value transfers in a trust-free way. So this is cross-chain message passing, and then parachains. These are the independent blockchains that can have their own tokens and be optimized for specific use cases. Now, if you have a look at the founder of Polkadot, who is Dr. Gavin Wood, co-founder of Ethereum, he wrote the code for Ethereum. Vitalik didn't. Vitalik was like kind of like I guess the genesis and had the
Frog
like
man.
cool idea. Exactly. But this guy's the fucking actual technical nerd who developed Solidity. And then is now, when he exited out of that, he's still a co founder. Obviously, he's probably a billionaire many times over, probably by now. But yeah, his baby is Polkadot. And I think the fundamentals of that are very strong.
Hey Mark, how about throw in ChatGPT, type in Casper network, not Caspa, Casper,
With a
CAS.
C, so not
Yeah,
K, not K with a C. Okay, I'll check it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Casper network, because I know they got some smart contract, and they're looking to do some. Their team behind them is supposed to be uh, insanely talented as well, and I think it's just a matter of them. Um, Really capturing the attention of a lot of developers to build on top of them, which I think they are. But I think they're doing some interesting things with their smart contract ability where you can actually manipulate the smart contract. Well, I don't say manipulate it, but you can make changes to it without having to deploy it again, right? Which is Ethereum's issue, is that smart contract when it's written supposedly. Now again, I'm not a dev, so don't take it with a
I
grain of
mean,
salt, but
I mean, I don't agree with you for the fact that a smart contract should be able to be changed because, in term of in the blockchain technology, smart contract is like a promise that you cannot break, right? But if you have the ability to go back and change what you promised, then it doesn't, it make it like what's the point, right? It goes conflicts the whole narrative in term of the smart contract should never be changed, right? So.
I would add one caveat. I tend to agree with you, Oliver, because that's the principle of the smart contract. But I would add one asterisk and caveat to that. I think it should be able to be changed with the consent and the consensus of the entire community. I believe that just like Bitcoin can be changed, like they've gone and changed code and they update code, just like Ethereum, they go in and they make improvements. I think smart contracts are the same because the reality is the tech that was out in 2021 sucked, and a lot of it is actually not in the favor of like projects, for example, royalties. Like now, because what everyone's doing now anyway, bro, like is they've done is found a workaround for changing smart contracts, and they just use proxy contracts. So even if like the contract's meant to be not changeable, they'll use a proxy contract so they can just swap it out whenever they want. So that's what the market demands and wants. So that's what they should create.
Yeah, on your point from your side, I think it makes sense in terms of like, hey, if majority of people decide that this is the bug and we have to update on it, then it makes sense. But it's kind of like it comes off like this whole smart contract is a promise that you cannot break. So that's like the definition of smart contract, right? So from my side, I'm just going with the definition in terms of like what it was like created for, right? But I think yeah, from your point, it's also true. Like that, I also like. I agree with you from your point too. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, and you've got good points too, bro. Like, because you can update layer one, you can update layer two. Well, why can't you update the smart contract? But anyway, we don't need to bang on about that forever. Let me go over this for Vince. He's put in his request. So, a key aspect of Casper is its emphasis on upgradable contracts and literally what we're just talking about, and predictable gas fees, which are crucial for enterprise applications. The network also focuses on enhancing cross-chain compatibility, allowing seamless communication, interoperability between different blockchain networks. This is achieved through various protocols and mechanisms that facilitate the transfer of information and assets across different blockchain systems, making it a flexible and adaptable platform for wide range. That sounds like marketing. It sounds like some sort of marketing shit, to be honest. I'm kind of curious about the tech, but yeah, that's what they're doing, eh, Vince?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's why um, when you dig into the team that's behind them and what they're building, that from that aspect of being able to do some of that. And like when you talk about smart contracts being like, basically an immutable thing, so so to speak, there are situations where you may want to have a smart contract technology, but being able to make changes to it. One of those might be, what about a health record? Your health records are actually in a smart contract, and then you can allow your doctor then to make changes to that smart contract by putting your medical record for a visit inside that smart contract, and then being able to go anywhere in the world and have access to your entire medical record, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Hey, this conversation is going really well, but I'm a big believer in ending on top, finishing on top. I think I like finishing on top, Vince, just so you know, and the back end, finishing on top in the back end.
Wait, what was that phrase you guys used down in New Zealand? Face down
Head down, bum
something?
up. What would that mean to you, Oliver, if someone said head down, bum up, referring to someone? What?
Head down, bumped up. I'm not sure. I really are familiar with that.
Okay, wow. It truly is New Zealand who is the only country in the world that has the saying, is the head down, bum up. But that, yeah, it means working hard, because we like doing manual labor. We work your head down, your bum's up in the air and you're digging or whatever. But I say we have been going for 90 minutes, and I think we've got some good learning today. I do appreciate you joining us, Oliver. Keen to talk to you about it at some stage. Also, very keen to talk to you about our B2B because I don't know if you guys have secured space for your miners. We have an incredibly good rate that I can talk to you about offline if you guys are interested in talking about that. It took us probably going through, I would say, discovery of close to must be 50 different mining companies that Aaron might have gone through, and Gary, and by the time, and then searching online, and so we've got a hell of a lot of intellectual property around now the technical side of setting up the miners with immersion mining. I'm now doing a lot more research on hydro cooling because I see that that's actually superseding immersion. And we're right in the midst of our VC raise for our own facility. So I think there could be some good synergy, man, where we could do some mutually beneficial stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But we're actually able to look for acquire a place in Canada, Quebec, and actually on your points, yeah, we also like we're implementing hydro cool as well because um with hydro cool it's actually so much better in terms of noise and in terms of reducing the heat for something else, right? Because majority of the miners they kind of just waste the heat in terms of just trying to blow air to cool it down. So in here, because we're in Canada, Quebec, it's colder environment. So we use the heat from the mining operations to actually heat up the greenhouse that actually will create additional revenues for the NFT holder as well. So yeah, but yeah, to your points, if you're interested, we can do like a Twitter collab between Forge and Zeno Mining just to build a friendship between both of us. If you're interested, can do a Twitter giveaway with both of us if you're interested.
Absolutely. Will you guys host us?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Would you guys host us on your Twitter account?
Sure, like I'm gonna post you on our we can do it two times. Like we can first do it from my side, and then the second time we can do it from your side, doing two giveaway. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, it's like I said, like I don't see any like competition here. I see in a way of us coming together and building a stronger community, right? That's the mindset
Yeah.
that I have, right? It's about growing together. Right?
That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, right? I'll just be like, a lot of people would go, yeah, yeah, and say the like rah rah PR thing and go, yeah, yeah, bro. But um, essentially, a lot of the people who are maybe a little bit ahead of us have basically just put their foot on our throat and not given us a break. So that's generally what you do see happens in Web3 and NFTs, Oliver, because we've already obviously been here for 30 months. We've put in a lot of sweat equity, a lot of work, developed a lot of IP,
Mm-hmm.
spent, hundreds of thousands on developing our product. And then I guess what the reality of what this is, right? And I'm kind of like, there's a lot of false pretense within Web3 and NFTs. It's just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, what this is we're giving you guys an opportunity to speak to our community. Our community have liquidity, and they've proven that they enjoy investing in crypto mining.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then essentially we want you guys to reciprocate by bringing a whole bunch of people who are also invested in crypto mining, who so then we can truly merge and
Mm-hmm.
'cause for things to feel cool,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to be like, I think it's just a bit disingenuous to like say, yeah, like we actually do believe in helping projects that are on the come up,
Mm-hmm.
um, because many have not helped us. But I guess it's just being straight up about it. Our guys are hardcore investors. We got smart money. We're proven. And we just want you guys to bring similar people. So you guys can buy
Mm-hmm.
our stuff and you guys can and our guys potentially buy yours. And then it's a cool relationship, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cause I'm not the marketing guy. Cause I don't know what's the marketing is like. I'm more like of a tech guy and developer.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, I pass it down to my team for the
Sure. Well, tell
CMO.
him to do his job and turn
But
up to these
mhm,
spaces. And
yeah, yeah, for sure.
I'm just
And
kidding, bro.
yeah, just
I'm an
one
asshole.
interesting
Sorry about
question. It's one interesting question for you. Like, yeah, you just got me a good question. So what was it like for you to like come up with this concept and then building the community and obviously be successful as you are right now? So what was the process like for you? Was it tough in terms of building the communities or and stuff?
Face down, bum up.
Oh, mate. Words come to mind. Nightmare. Uh, yeah, no. It's, I don't know. Yeah, different phases, man, because we've been through different phases. I think because I came into the space, I'm non technical. I didn't know about smart contracts. I'm not a coder. It was literally like a discovery process from the day. I didn't use Discord. I
Mm-hmm.
barely used Twitter. So it was I ended up paying a lot of money in the discovery of how not to do shit, probably. You know, so it was expensive.
Hmm.
I think the reason why we are such a strong team is a little bit of timing. So we were the first veteran community in 2021 and we had that stickability and I created the onboarding model for exec team, future founders. All my team, right, are all whales and hardcore holders in the project. So we're not, a traditional team and that we came in and there was like a mega budget and everyone's on a salary. We are truly a team and a community, and that is impossible to replicate with money.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
you
for sure.
can't buy that.
Hmm.
And I think, yeah, like I think the things that I've learned the most is this hive mind and getting just all of the people in, you know. So, for example, Vince, you're sitting here listening. He's a DJ, also a medical professional, but we're a veteran, and now he's turned into this powerhouse event manager, runner, spaces guy. And then you've got Aaron down there, who was already a crypto mining guy, but he's obviously leveled up through us having to figure out the capex. So, the thing that's really different about us is all of our capability is in house and all of it is people who are heavily invested and want to be here. So it's very different. Yeah, it's quite different. I don't know any other teams doing that.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's very interesting, and yeah, it's a very long journey, and very you must see the difference between when you start versus the knowledge that you acquire throughout the journey, right? Actually, it's like feel like it's the longer the journey you walk, the more that you learn, right? Every day you're just learning new things, and it's very cool.
Well, I'm just glad, bro, that I wasn't working in an office with my
Hmm.
developers because I'd probably
Hmm.
be in prison by now.
Oh
Because
shit! What happened?
uh, developers, we ended up going about partnering with developers and bringing them in house, and then having a developer that's high level has a vested interest in our success, etc. But we found during that bull run, developers, particularly in Web3, a lot of them are shit. They don't know what they're doing, so they're cowboys because the technology is so new. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing, and it's just the reliability and the dependability and the timelines. I've worked with like lots of different founders and projects. It's just the common thread. The
Yeah.
developers are fucking a pain in the ass. Like they really are. Often from a timeline perspective, because what they do is they'll essentially, because developing is like a tender process, so they'll tender on the lowest price or whatever, and essentially they lie to you about timeframes to secure contracts. And
Yeah.
then when you're in it and you've paid your deposit and then it's not coming, you're fucked
Mm-hmm.
because you basically committed your money. So these are the lessons I've learned through going through that process, dealing with devs. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with that anymore because we've got a guy come in house. But so many lessons, bro, and it's very much. I feel like as far as base building, if you're looking at a pyramid and how high can you build this this fucking building and this monstrosity, or even a house, like building the foundation of the house. The foundation of this is so fucking strong because it's all holders and team members, and the capabilities been built internally. That's I've seen startups crumble essentially because there's no loyalty to the purpose. As soon as the money stops coming in, everyone just quits, and that's a reality, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to have like our in-house team that's like within the circle, so it's actually much easier than going out hiring someone for sure. Like I understand you totally. Like it's the pain in the ass to hire someone to do things that you don't really understand, and whatever he's saying, you just have to believe him, and he can fuck you up anytime he wants, and it's like the worst feeling ever. Yeah, for sure, I understand that. But yeah, guys, thank you for having me up here, though. It was a good conversation between all of us, and thank you so much, though, for the exchange of conversations.
Absolutely, Brian. Yeah, thanks for taking it on the chin while I was giving you a hard time. This is what I'm like. It's just a bit of banter. But I think, Vince, we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. You and I have earned you, I, and Oliver and Stabber have all earned a drink. Everyone else, you guys can go have a water. You guys should have come up and had a speak.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys can just starve and go without water. Do some dry fasting. But yeah, we've held the fort an hour and 40 minutes. I think we've done long enough. Let's
I
wrap
think
this space up.
that drink will go down, pretty nicely with a little bit of ammo sprinkled with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Stabba, great to hear from you. We've had a great conversation tonight, leading up with scammers and then getting into some back end technology. And Mark has showed his prowess coming out on top.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that Mark, you should change his name to Mark Top because you like being on top.
I'm actually quite agnostic. I don't mind the bottom either. That's all right.
Oh, Jesus. You guys crack me up. All right, guys. I actually have to get to a gig. I'm actually going to go play. Um, I'll actually post the YouTube link inside of our Discord if you guys want to tune in.
Bro, I'll be there for sure, but you better have video.
Yeah, it's video. Yeah, it's streamed live.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Party in the server, guys. Get your
Yeah.
disco biscuits out. Get your credit card, your $100 bill, and get your glass out. Get your glass mirror out. Get your lines chopped up because Vincent is going to be putting on a gig tonight in the Dogface Labs server. Yeah, get some shit up your nose and let's have a party.
Actually, yeah. Take your disco biscuits. Let's go. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll be on in we'll be live in an hour and 20 minutes from now. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. And disclaimer, that was a joke. Okay, just for the record. For the record. I don't want anyone's overdose on my hands. So that was a joke. We're making that official. It was a joke. But thank everybody. We'll catch you guys later.